Hey folks, right, today I'm taking the radio out of my wife's Hyundai i10. This fascia needs to come off first. It's a right bastard. I've done it without damaging the car. I've done it using a load of these kind of spatula kind of tools that I've got over the years. What I basically did was get the spatula, work it into the gap, and obviously this has been removed now, work it into the gap and then get the metal blade in there and working against this. Now, if I take this fella off, I'll show you now where the clips are on the back of it because it might help you. So first and foremost, the clips are these metal sprung things. See that profile there? And it goes into that little slot there. Okay, so there are 6 of them. Never knowingly over-engineered, eh? One there, one there, one there. One at the top there, just above the button there. You can see the clip's still in there. And one on the end there, the clip's still in. Right, so to get the headset out, 1 screw, 2 screws, 2 little buggers hidden under here. There seems to be some sort of a void behind there as well, so I've been using my magnetic pickup tool. But now, I should be able to pull this forwards. One end. Right, so here's the radio out. It's got the standard connectors for a lot of in-car stereos. Huge space in there. I mean, honestly, keep your lunch in here, couldn't you? That's the aerial cable. It's got one of those nasty things on it rather than the round din that I'm more familiar with. That white one is for the hazard plunger, because on the front of the radio unit is the hazard plunger. So obviously this will need to go back in for the car to be road legal. But what I want to do is really try another radio. But I haven't got a radio that will take that fitting. Okay, so while I was looking around at aerials and things, it's important to note that in the housing there are these tabs here. So when I was shoving this bugger into the gap and it wasn't going any further, it's because of that tab. Now, the bottom 2 here seem to be the ones, the easiest ones to undo. As you can see, there's some damage on the inside, but none on the fascia. And I wouldn't really want to be working at the top there because it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. So, if I were to pop this back in again, I know this, the big clips aren't on it and the radio's not in, and we know that. Right, so it's in. Right, so looking inside here, the clips appear to be on the bottom corner of the actual radio adapter. So if I were to shove that in, you see how tight this fucking thing is? It's not been a lot of fun getting this out, I tell you, but it came out in the end. And this is, bear in mind, this is without a load of the clips. So I got that in. Now, looking from the inside, you can see, let's move the hazard warning light plunger out of the way. You can see where that is in relation to the clip. That's the clip there, and that's the adapter. Now, these clips, they're not spring clips or anything like that. Well, they are sprung. They're sprung like that, so they just go into the hole and they lock in. So effectively what you need to do is you need to lever this towards you. And that's where I was using this fella on top of the yellow spatula, so I'm protecting the dashboard, the soft dashboard, and obviously levering against the hard plastic. And then it was a case of just wiggling this forwards. But even now, you can see that's quite solid. Even without big spring clips, it's quite solid to get out. So I don't envy you guys doing this for the first time. The trick is really to avoid damaging the soft plastics around the edge. If you look at that thing there, if I was working into that gap, then it's going to do the square root of nothing, because all I'm going to be doing is levering. I need to work from the corner to about, I guess, what's that, about 6-7 centimetres? 7 centimetres. And from the corner about 7 centimetres. Up the sides, the clips on the sides are, looks like they're at the, if you look inside the vent, you'll see the hole inside the vent which the air goes through, this chamber on the side here, and the clips are at the top and bottom of that. But these ones are fairly straightforward, so I think if you were to just put a spatula in there and go boom, click click, done the 2 bottom ones, and then you should be able to wiggle the whole thing off. As an added struggle, what you're actually coping with here as well is the air vents do fit quite tightly inside I guess, a hole on the inside of the dash here. If I just put a big splodge of dirt on the lens, no. It's a struggle, but I did it, and I'm useless. Well, I'm not useless, but I'm not particularly gentle when it comes to soft dash plastics. Right, I can't do anything further with this job because I haven't got anything that will convert the Far East aerial adapter with the standard DIN that I normally use. So I'm going to buy an adapter. I'm going to put this lot back together now. Bolt the radio in tight because obviously it's got the hazard warning light on the front of it. There is a kit you can get which goes in there and it produces a frame with the hazard light at the bottom, but then that then goes over the top of it because the hazard light is an integral part of the fascia of the radio. Bugger all to do with the radio. In fact, just 2 screws there and I can have that out of there, but because of the way it's designed, it's an integral part of the radio. As is the aux in. Look at that. Aux in is part of that fascia as well. Comes out from inside the radio there somewhere. I'm hoping that it's just the aerial that's a problem, but to be honest, these things are renowned. These little Hyundai i10s are renowned for having a rather crap stereo. And my missus is fed up with listening to TalkSport, and the way Arsenal are behaving at the moment, so am I.